What up, everybody? Welcome back. Chilling here at Donovan Skate Plaza by the wonderful Alex Laska. And this is pretty much the map I come to. It's my training facility. When I want to learn new tricks or just mess around, I come to this map. It's really fun and the flow is really good. But today we're here to talk about the Q&A that Easy Day put out a couple days ago now. They followed that up with update to the mod browser. They added the warehouse by Yaki and some more user content here. So go ahead and check that out. I'll probably do a spot check on Yaki's map. It's really sick. But back to the Q&A. They put that out a few days ago, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. I got it right here. Now, we're not going to read the whole thing. We'll read the pertinent parts. So like this first question, they're aware of the signature or the petition with the 10K signatures to add features to the game. They're aware of all the features that we want. Stat mod, more tricks like bonuses and things like that. Multiplayer, the ability to spawn and switch, which is kind of a big deal that I didn't even realize at first, but that's pretty important. This question right here though, this is one of the big ones. Will you implement modifiable gameplay stats? They said, while we consider the core mechanics at present to be complete, there is an extensive process we follow in making decisions about designing, play testing, iterating, and refining certain parts of the game. We understand and have suspected that dedicated players will hit a skill depth ceiling at a certain number of hours and would have demands for added realism, among other things. The existing mods allow players on PC to unlock extra variety, control, realism, and a value in gameplay, but also break a number of design rules we established early on, as well as opening other complex issues and challenges. So basically what they're getting at here is, well, let me finish. Implementing core gameplay customization matching the existing PC stat mod would provide some wins in the short term, but would not be in line with our approach to carefully crafting and shaping the core parts of the game and the bigger picture. Yeah, so basically what they're saying here is that they're not going to implement the stats menu as it exists on PC. I'll get more into that later, but let's go ahead and keep moving. They're still working on the Switch port. They haven't given us any other information about it. It exists still, basically. All right, will you communicate more about future plans? Really important issue within the community is the lack of communication we get from Easy Day about things. So this is a really important question. This is something we have talked about thorough and considered many times. This is something we've talked through and considered many times. In general, we are a studio who likes to make empty promises, and we try to avoid fluff answers. So there will be times where we just aren't ready to talk about particular features. Please stick with us. We're heads down planning and working on new stuff that we will share with you as soon as possible. The implementation of any feature takes a lot of work to determine if it fits our bigger goals, needs adjustment, redesign, or is even scrapped altogether. So please try to be patient with us, but keep giving us feedback and we'll involve you as much as we can. We understand many people are accustomed to studios releasing roadmaps and release schedules, but we do not think this is something that works well for our iterative development process. Rest assured, 2021 is going to bring a lot of new elements to Skater XL. So it seems like here that they're aware that they're not great with communication, but the way they see it, it's justified. Skater XL 1.0 is not the final version of the game. It's a solid foundation for something bigger. Coming into the new year, we need to step back and rebuild some of our internal processes to allow more efficient workflow, better quality control, and focus on more growth within the team. Some of this work has already been completed and a new hire has been made over the holiday break. As for the near future, the mod browser now available cross-platform. With the mod browser now available cross-platform, we are hoping to be able to start a steady stream of content drops to keep players engaged while we take some time to recalibrate the studio. The work that so much of our community has created deserves to be celebrated, and giving players access to this content on all platforms is something we feel is very important. Our next move, our goal is to move the skateboard genre forward, so please stick with us while we give it a shot. We might succeed at this and we might not, but that's part of what makes doing something new so exciting. It's been a crazy ride up to this point, but we have a feeling the best is yet to come. More importantly, we want to thank you for engaging with us and caring about Skater XL. Much love, Easy Day. So let's talk about the communication piece, because that's the crux of all the issues that the community has with the developers right now. They said that they don't communicate as often because they don't like giving fluff answers. And when they do communicate, they have something that they want to talk about, which is fine, I guess. But I feel like this Q&A was a giant fluff answer. You acknowledge things that the community wants, and then you reject it and don't really give a reason why, but you want us to trust you. When the reality of the situation is that trust hasn't really been earned. At least I don't think it has completely been earned. I feel like something like a community manager would go a long way in helping improve the communication with the community. Someone that can go around liking clips, like they do like clips, the Skater XL account. They've even liked clips that I've posted on Instagram. But someone that can chat with the community in the comments, and when those hard questions come up, like our stats coming or things like that, at least there'll be someone there to give some type of answer instead of just being ignored and then being left to fill in the blanks ourselves. Because when the community's left to fill in the blanks, you're not gonna like the words they put in the lines, bro. Like, real talk. And they also said that they don't like roadmaps because it doesn't flow with the way that they do development. But I'm here to tell you, y'all should probably have a roadmap, even if it's the most general thing ever. Even if it just says July 2021 feature map close. Okay, cool. At least we know on or around July we are getting something. And even if you can't hit those dates, you can say that the roadmap is subject to change. That's completely acceptable. At least for me, that's acceptable. I think that's 100% better than being left in the dark and wondering what's going on with the status of the game. You know what I mean? It's nice that you guys communicated with this Q&A, but to be honest with you, I don't think it did. I don't think it served its intended purpose. And then we have the issue of the moddable stats, which, to be quite frank, I never expected this, as it exists on PC, to make it into the game. I'm pretty sure that you can't have a mod of that nature on console. It's just a TOS thing or something like that. I just know it's not kosher. But in lieu of moddable stats, you can do what Skate 3 did. They do easy, medium, hard, and depending on your settings, it changes the difficulty of the game, naturally. And since it's a skateboarding game, those difficulty things encompass gravity, weight, flip speed, all the things that can make this game feel way more realistic. Because one of the big issues that moddable stats creates is that the console players and the PC players are playing two different video games. The game we're playing is called Skater XL, and because of the mod browser, there's a bit more unity, but there's still way more freedom and flexibility on PC. Even if you remove the mod browser, or not the mod browser, but the moddable stats. I have a Supreme hoodie on with these off-white blazers with Shake Junk grip tape and a Homer Simpson skateboard. None of those things are gonna appear on console, guys. Sorry, none of these items are. But even in lieu of that, like I was saying, we have the moddable stats, which allows us complete freedom in our gameplay, that's what skateboarding is. Your freedom of style, the way you dress, the way you skate, the things you skate, how you skate them, all that stuff is up to you. That's skateboarding, bro. Complete and total freedom. And I feel like this bigger picture vision stuff that they're feeding us is anti-skateboarding, especially when you're not telling us what any of those things are. Does your vision encompass that freedom I just mentioned? Or, like I said earlier, am I left to create my own narrative where I don't think those things are coming? All back to that communication piece. But something has to be done because, like I said, this game is so different on PC, and the fact that the developers champion people like Milky and J Boogie while knowing that those gentlemen use these moddable stats in their gameplay, there's people that are seeing this gameplay thinking that that's the game they're buying, and then they get it on Xbox or they get it on PlayStation and they realize that the gameplay is completely different and there's no way that they can play what they saw. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. You're selling people something, it's a bait and switch in my opinion. And while I don't think they're doing it on purpose in terms of like pulling off a cash grab or ripping people off, but that's the unintended consequence of this. And quite frankly, what we're doing on PC is much better than what's going on console. And if we're gonna unite those experiences, then the console version needs to play more like the PC version of the game. Whether you achieve that by the moddable stats or the difficulty settings, like I said, I don't think that's gonna be an issue, but something needs to be done for the sake of realism and to increase that skill and depth ceiling that you guys were talking about. Yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I appreciate you guys riding with me. Honestly, this video was really tough to make. I probably filmed this 5 or 6 different times, and all those other times before this, I got real emotional, but I love this game. And I told my homies that Skater XL was Turnell's game of 2020. But when I sit here and think about that, it's my game of 2020 because of what the community did for the game, not because of what Easy Day released. And that's a problem, and I really hope it's something that Easy Day addresses and fixes so that everyone can be on a level playing field and we can enjoy this game even as other competitors release their versions of their skateboarding games. We can still champion and cherish the creativity and clothing and community that this game has cultivated. And if they don't open up those lines of communication, and if they don't start listening to the community and at least drawing from the community to improve your game, instead of seeing what the community is doing and just rejecting it outright as far as implementing into your game, but still using that same stuff to promote your game. I think that's really shady because, like I said, you're not showing off what your product truly is, and you're okie doking people on console, and that's not cool. I really held back on this one, but like I said, I love this game still. I love the community even more, and I hope that Easy Day can improve so the game and the community doesn't die. This is the closest to real skateboarding I've ever experienced in digital form, and I think their approach on this, as far as their vision and the bigger picture as it stands now, with us not knowing anything about it, is completely against what skateboarding is, and that hurts. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all later. Peace.